Hello, and today I'm here reviewing School for Good and Evil, Quests for Glory. So this is the new arc in the, and what I mean by that is this is like the second series set in this world, and we're still dealing with our main characters, but this is the Camelot years, and this is the first book of that arc. So, in this one, we see Tedros and Agatha out of school, and they are in Camelot, and they are trying to rebuild this city that has virtually been destroyed and abandoned and ignored. And we see Dean Sophie, like, trying to fulfill her role as Dean. And this book is very different. And we see we see a couple new characters, and we have a lot of conflict, and this book had me on pins and needles. And then I will say that if you do not enjoy cliffhanger endings, you're not going to enjoy this book, because the ending on this is a huge cliffhanger, and I was so distraught when I read the end of this. I was like, I should have just waited until like the other book came out so that I could marathon read, because it just left you in that kind of position. Also, I will say that I liked Sophie more in this book than I have in previous books, and I usually really like Agatha, but in this book, to me, she was very self-questioning, and it kind of led to problems with Tedros, and he is so wimpy in this one. Like, I'm really not loving it, because, like, I get that he's struggling, and that was, like, a major part of this book, but I kind of couldn't stand him. Hort, on the other hand, I really enjoyed reading about, because he was very interesting as a character. And there were a couple new characters that I really, really enjoyed. One of them is a reader, and she is in this world now, and I am just in love with her. It is awesome. I'm kind of confused as to what is going to happen in the next book. I will say that this is one of the greatest accomplishments for this author, is that you never know where this is going to go. Like, I was completely shocked by the end of this, and I kind of like that, because it is very, very refreshing. I just felt like this book had a little bit, like, some of the characters didn't seem like they were being true to themselves a lot, and it kind of bugged me. But I do love the character diversity in this, and I do love a lot of stuff in this. I do, however, want to talk about, like, something that kind of bugged me through the book. Tedros, I already said, he really, really got on my nerves. He was very whiny. He has been concentrating on being his father for so long in this book that there is a certain character, he's like, you are my Lance. You are my Lancelot. And he's so obsessed with becoming his father that at the same time when he's saying this, I'm like, but Lancelot, like, stole your mother from your father, and they took off, and it, like, destroyed him. Like, why do you keep saying that he's your Lancelot? You don't want him to be your Lancelot. And he drove me crazy the whole book. So, anyway, I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. The only reason I took off a star was because the characters did not seem true to themselves in some cases, and it was a little unnerving and aggravating to read when you know that, yeah, it was a very difficult, and I'm hoping that this is like one of those cases that, like, this was the first book of the art of this sequence, so I'm hoping that it gets better as it goes on. So like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.